Whew, man. Yeah. All right. We are live on YouTube. How is everybody doing today? How are y'all doing today? It's a beautiful day out here in Redwood City, California, where I live, San Francisco Bay Area. West Coast is the best coast for streaming because we're 3 hours behind. It's an inside joke. I've got a very, very, very interesting yet very important show here today. So if you can take a moment and please share this out as much as possible. Share this out on your community tabs. Share this out on social media, Facebook, Twitter. Even LinkedIn is a great place to share things out now. Share it out on Reddit or anywhere that you have an audience where you feel they would benefit from my type of content. I am a business and personal success coach, relationship coach, also known as a life coach. And I tackle all topics because life involves every aspect of life, right? So when you're a life coach, you talk about anything and everything because finding solutions to these aspects can help people better their lives, right? It's not as windy here today, so that is good. I see you in the channel there, or in the chat there, JT. How you doing, brother? What's up, man? Just educated myself as much as possible in 5 minutes. NC is Queen. Hey, NC is Queen. How you doing? Welcome to the show. Clout chasing or using people like Ari for content is pathetic. It absolutely is. And I mean, this Ari is beginning to blow up, and that's how I got her content recommended to me in my feed. And then all of a sudden, you watch one of her videos. What interested me in this is the fact that I used to follow a chick that started this trend of nomadic van life and stuff like that a few years back, named Janelle Iliana. You folks probably remember her. Like, she blew up literally overnight. And she had, I think, 1 million subscribers like overnight or something like that. Or within after doing one video. So that's what interested me in checking this out. And next thing you know, I'm getting recommended an incredible amount of hate videos and videos calling this one a spammer. And I'm like, oh boy, let me look into this, because I have a feeling that this woman just wants to create her content and share her story, share her truth, or whatever she's trying to accomplish. She's just trying to have her space on YouTube, right? Just like I'm just trying to have my space on YouTube and anyone else is, right? But people that are not able to as easily benefit off of their own creations have to go after other people's creations to try to leverage them. I'm going to share more about how clout chasing is not going to help any creator that grows based off of the channels they're clout chasing from. It's not going to benefit you. It's actually going to more so hurt you in the long run. A little bit more on that in a bit. But, in the last 24 to 48 hours or so, I've done as much research as possible on All In with Ari channel. And I've seen enough information. I've also seen some of the hateful videos and comparing it to what is known about her and what I know about YouTube and how YouTube is. And I've got my opinions. And I'm pretty sure you know which direction they're going to go based on the title of the stream, which is Standing Up for All In with Ari and other creators being clout chased. We'll get to that in just a little bit. But first, a little community news. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the Scotty Unchained channel, I'm going to be the special guest, and Scotty and I are going to have a conversation. It's going to be interview style. I'm going to go on there right at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and for about the first 45 minutes to an hour, it's going to be her and I one-on-one. And then for the second hour, I'm sure she's going to be open to, opening up the panel, and we can bring some other people on. I have shared the link on my community tab here on my live streaming channel, Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams, which is where you're at right now. And I've also shared the link on my main channel, Coach Eli, Elias Melas, as well. And if you want to subscribe to Coach Eli, Elias Melas, Nightbot's been sharing the link in the chat every 7 minutes, or just go to youtube.com/Live Coach Eli. There's Paul again, bro. I'll take care of him. Let me tell you something, Paul. If you want to come in here and say that I'm simping for Ari, you want to call it that? Call it that. I'll simp for Ari. I'll white knight for Ari. I'll white knight and simp for any woman or any man that I feel is just trying to create something, and other people are trying to basically steal or leverage their success in the wrong ways. So, you know what? If you want to call me a white knight or a simp, I really don't give a shit. You know why? Because I'm secure within the person I am, within the man I am. I've got a great woman that respects me and loves me, and I respect her and love her. And I'm good, bro. I'm good deep within. I have no problem simping or white knighting, if you want to call it that. I like to call it standing up for someone that I feel doesn't deserve what they're getting. Because it's something that I have dealt with on this platform for many, many, many years. Hey, JT, that was Paul, huh? Hey, JT, here's the thing, bro. You're a secure man like myself. You're a secure man like myself. And, hey, I have no problem saying, hey, you want to call me a simp? Call me a simp. You want to call me a white knight? Call me a white knight. Those are just words. And words will never hurt me. Sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. And hey, Paul, if you want to call me a simp or a white knight, then in essence you're doing the same thing here for somebody else. So you're purely projecting, Paul. Paul, I think Paul loves me. He's in love with me or something. He's obsessed. He's thoroughly entertained by my content. That's great, Paul. I'm not here to entertain people. I'm here to help people get the best possible grips on their lives so they can all accomplish whatever their hearts desire. But if you find my coaching style entertaining, Paul, then good for you. You're getting something out of it, and I'm glad I can entertain you, brother. It's all good in the hood, bro. JT, he literally creates a brand new sock account every day just to troll me and get banned. Ruby Red, hello JT, good to see you again. Hello, Jay started on third base, but he thinks he hit a triple. Well, I don't know. I don't know what you're talking about, and quite frankly, if it's what I think you're talking about, it doesn't matter. I'm not here to point out any single particular creator on clout chasing. This is a huge issue on YouTube. There are tons of people doing this. if it was only one or two creators, coming at this woman that's just trying to run her channel, I would say, okay, you can ignore that. But there are literally hundreds of creators that are calling this woman a scammer, right? And I went to sift through those videos last night, and I'm like, wow, how pathetic. Create something that's your own. Be a real YouTuber, You got to make your content talking smack about other people that isn't even true, right? That isn't even true. Anyway, let me see here. At JT says, NC is Queen, saying hello. JT, the thing is, we just want to call it out for what it is. How is that so-called content creator trying to call out Ari any better than her? Well, JT, it's like over 100 creators. Like I did a YouTube search for her channel name, and I went for pages and pages and pages, and it's unbelievable how many people are trying to call this woman a spammer, or not a spammer, a scammer, right? And a lot of these people, they're getting a ton of views, right? And that's fine. You want to get a ton of views calling somebody a spammer or a scammer that isn't a scammer, right? What are you going to do with those people on your channel once you stop producing content on Ari? You think you're going to keep that audience around? Maybe a few of them will stay, but you could gain 2, 3, 4, 5,000 subscribers and get 5, 10, 15, 20K views on these videos calling this woman a scammer, right? But what happens when you go back to creating any other content besides talking about Ari or any other creator that you may be clout chasing, right? And here's the thing, if you're hitting a trend like some of these creators have hit, where they've made multiple videos with lots of views on Ari, right? They got to continue doing that, or that trend's going to slow down, right? But what these creators aren't realizing is that if you create like 5, 10, 15, 20 videos in a row, calling somebody a spammer, a scammer, or whatever, right? At that point, it becomes creator on creator harassment. Now, granted, it's really hard to get someone removed for that, but it is possible, and I've seen it happen before. So at that point, at the point of creating, more than a few videos, on any creator, especially if you're going to call them, a scammer, right? It gets excessive, and it becomes bullying, harassment, and it becomes creator on creator harassment according to YouTube's terms of service. But again, that's that's not the purpose of this stream here. I think people know that. What I want to talk about here today is what is this woman really doing, and is it really wrong what she's doing? Are these people that are calling her a scammer, are they right? Are they partially right? Okay, are they completely right? Are they partially right? Or are they completely wrong? And I looked into everything, and there's absolutely nothing wrong that this woman is doing. She isn't breaking any laws, okay? She isn't, scamming anyone. She hasn't even asked for any donations, but people just choose to donate to her, just like they donate to these channels that are calling her a spammer or a scammer, right? So what is the difference of her getting donations from people that want to support her content than any other YouTube content creator out here, regardless of the type of content they make, right? Exactly, they choose to donate, says JT. Ruby says, well, I'm going on a rescue mission. Neighbor just called for help with a flat tire. Lord, everyone should know how to change one. I will be listening. Okay, Ruby Red, thank you. JT says, it is a pot calling a kettle out for clout, plain and simple. Yeah, that's what these channels are doing. There's over 100 channels that are making videos on this woman constantly. Just do a YouTube search and you'll see it. Or if you watch one of her videos, you'll get recommended all these videos. I'm like, wow, man. Talk about YouTube putting together related content. Once you watch something, you get everything, the good, the bad, the ugly, right? And I'll get into more detail regarding, why I feel this woman is doing nothing wrong and what is she actually doing, right? And do the people that are calling her out really believe she's a scammer, or are they just calling her a scammer because they know drama sells, right? They know that a fancy title like that is going to get them attention, right? And it's also going to get the attention of, Ari's audience, right? To come over and try to defend Ari, right? Well, let's get into that. But first, let me check out the chat again. A content creator I am aware of complains and cries about. Folks, I just got cut off, but YouTube gave me an option to reconnect. Can you folks hear me clearly and see me clearly? Let me know, or if I need to shut this down completely and come right back. Can you folks hear me clearly and see me clearly? Please let me know in the chat. Let's see. People who use, can someone let me know right away if you can hear me clearly and see me clearly? I hit the reconnect button and I want to make sure I'm going out. All right, I'm going to have to reset the chat. I'll be right back. All right, we're back live. People who use creators like Ari for content should be removed from YouTube. YouTube needs to reward proper creators like you, Eli. Clout chasers just ruined this platform. I agree, but unfortunately, a lot of these people are making money for YouTube, and so YouTube very rarely removes them, right? The delay is not letting us respond to your question. What delay? The 15-second slow mode? You can type one message every 15 seconds if you're not a moderator. Moderators can type all they want. 15 seconds is not that long of a wait. So I have to have that 15-second delay for reasons, sir or ma'am. So, you can respond every 15 seconds. That's 4 messages per minute. How many more messages do you want to send per minute? Like 30? And spam the chat? I'm just being real here, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry if there's an inconvenience for you. It's a safety security measure for me. What was I going to say here? Give me a second. So let me share with you folks my thoughts regarding what All In with Ari is doing and isn't doing like these people are saying she is. Okay? She's doing no different than a trend that was started by, I believe, a woman in her early 20s named Janelle Iliana a couple years ago. And it's called like nomadic van life, right? And so the story, from what I've heard regarding Ari, involves, I guess she used to live back east with a pretty wealthy family that she didn't have that great of a relationship with. I believe she went to college, got a degree. I believe she had a job as a project engineer. And I've heard that she has a kid and is a bad mother. I haven't been able to verify if she has a kid or not. And even if she has a kid, there's nothing that I've seen that would make her a bad mother. Now, if she's, if she has a kid and she's doing this van thing and she's not there to raise her kid, I can understand that. I can understand that. But does that necessarily make her a bad mother? Maybe, the father got custody of the kid. Maybe the parents have custody of the kid. I don't know, and I don't even know if she actually has a kid, because I've never seen anything about that. But people are saying that she's a bad mother, right? And then there are other people saying that she's a plant because she got she was sought out by some YouTube producer that she saw at a Starbucks or something. I think I heard something regarding that. Okay, so even if what she's doing is somewhat staged, why does that matter? How does that make her a scammer or a spammer, right? I saw that chick pulling in next to me, and she literally has her earbuds cranked where I can hear them like a loudspeaker at a concert. God dang, man, wow. She must be deaf or just likes it as super, super loud. Anyway. So yeah, even if she is a plant, even if she's being produced partially to do this, what's wrong with that, right? Have you guys heard of reality TV? Have you guys heard of, Big Brother and other shows like that on mainstream media, where there's a realistic aspect of it, but do you not think that these people are getting paid to amp things up a little bit for the camera and to keep the audience around more? At worst, at the very worst, this woman is doing is a little amping up, or getting help from a producer or something. Okay, so what's scammy about that? I've never once heard her ask for donations. She said it herself on some videos I saw, right? And if people want to donate to her, whether she's a plant or not, that's their choice, right? And how can you guys out here and gals out here that are calling her a scammer and running your videos and live streams and getting super chats and donations, calling her a scammer, how are you any different or any better than her? Seriously, how are you any different or any better than her, even if she was a scammer or a spammer, right? This is clearly a case of a woman in her 20s that's trying to find herself, that's trying to figure out her purpose in a modern world of women being liberated and being forced to be independent because that's the way things are. Well, women fought for those equal rights and they got them. And hey, I'm all for that, right? But let me tell you something. Every woman that I've dated, and even the one I'm currently with right now, even my lady at age 47 is struggling with the way the modern world is due to feminism and women being liberated. And again, it's not that they don't want to be liberated, and it's not that they don't want to have equal rights. They want to be liberated and have equal rights, but it's affecting women because now it's like they're almost forced to have dual roles. People still want them to be mothers and caretakers, but they also want them to go to work and be successful and make money, right? And it's tough to do both. You know, being a mother and being a homemaker, that's a job in itself. So what are people expecting women to do? Work 2 jobs? Go to work, make money, and then come home and be the housewife as well? And the husband just goes to work and comes home and does nothing? Come on, right? So this woman's just trying to find herself. She's doing no different than what many cute women like herself. This woman, I believe she's probably in her mid-20s. I mean, she looks young, but if she went to college, got a degree, and was a project engineer making good money until apparently, you know, she started making enough money through YouTube ads and super chats and super thanks on the replays and donations and Patreons, right? And then she quit her job, okay? This is no different than what many other cute women in their late teens and throughout their 20s do to make money or get attention. How different is this, right? How different is this? And I'm not even saying she's doing anything bad. She could be going out there exploiting herself on OnlyFans, right? Which in my opinion would be exploiting herself worse, right? But she's choosing to do something more respectful, right? Other things people have said about her is that she had a good job making enough money to afford an apartment because she used to live back east and now she moved out here to California. I guess she may have applied for some apartments and somehow she was saying like they were scamming her or something. Maybe it had to do with the cost of living in California. The cost of living in California is more expensive than anywhere else, right? And maybe she didn't qualify, based on her income. Maybe her credit isn't that great. Who knows? But is that any of our business? Has she broken any laws? Has she scammed anyone? No, there's no scamming at all. This is a woman that's trying to figure out her life. She's probably been through a lot. She probably had a pretty rough upbringing, right? Maybe she didn't have the best parents, right? And she's trying to find herself. That's all she's trying to do. So what part of that is scamming people? She is not a scammer, says Jackson Black. Absolutely. So you've looked into this story, right, Jackson? She's definitely not a scammer, right? Yet my video on standing up for her will be outranked by videos calling her a scammer. I hope she actually sees me tagging her in that I'm on her side here. Because it's channels like mine that deserve to get the right clout for standing up for someone like her that doesn't deserve what she's getting at all. Good afternoon, Eli, says Lewis. Good afternoon, Lewis. I just gave you a like, says Lewis. Thank you, Lewis. Clout Chase, says Jackson Black. JT says, her living situation is really no one's business, but some people hop in the middle of it for clout. That's all it is, dude. That's all it is. It's clout chasing, and it's not going to last. I'll tell you, it's not going to last. I mean, how many videos can these creators that are making videos on her, calling her a scammer, how many more videos are they going to be able to create, get the same traction, and be compliant with YouTube's terms of service before it becomes bullying and harassment, right? I mean, it's like these creators are putting in their entire stock of their future business into one creator that's doing absolutely nothing wrong. Lewis, what did Toasty say? I just shared your stream on my community tab. Thank you, Lewis. I haven't seen her do any drunk streams and just sit there begging for money. She goes places and actually has fun, and people give her money. Big deal. Yeah. Here's the jealousy factor. Let me be real about this, okay? I was talking about this with my girlfriend earlier today. We talked on the phone a few times before I went live. I was telling her, this is what I'm going to talk about today. Because I was talking about this behind the scenes in the Coach Eli moderator group chat with the moderators, right? And again, this is unfortunate, and I'm not saying it's necessarily a bad thing, but it could be a bad thing if women like Ari don't understand that what she's doing is going to have a limited shelf life. Because, listen, I'm not trying to take away from anything Ari's trying to create. Okay, this nomadic van life thing has been pretty interesting to many people. There's an audience for it, right? But here's the thing that Ari doesn't want to hear, other women don't want to hear, right? And this is what most men know. The real reason why Ari, and listen, I'm not trying to even criticize your content, Ari, right? The real reason why she's getting all this traction is because of the thirsty beta males, right? Right? She's cute. She's a cute, attractive woman. She has a decent personality. She's got great speaking skills, right? And she's doing something different. She's living out of a van. I believe it's a van that she's living out of, right? Doing the nomadic thing, right? Like some other creators have done, like Janelle Iliana that I mentioned earlier. She started this trend a few years ago and went viral doing it, right? But what's happening is she's getting, I can guarantee you that the majority of her subscribers are ages, between their teenage years and mid-30s, right? And they're men. I can guarantee you that at least 70 to 75% of her subscriber base are men between the ages probably of even under 18 through 35. Why? Because she's cute, and there are an abundance of beta males out there that, will just buy into any, cute women, any cute woman on the internet and what they're doing, right? Again, I'm not trying to take away from her success, but it's kind of like an exploitation of the beta males. And women know there are so many beta males, all they have to do is look cute, and whatever they do, they're going to get that audience, right? So that's the reason why I feel she blew up quick. But again, I'm not trying to take away from what she's trying to create. She's trying to create a nomadic life. She's just journaling her life. And if people want to support her and enjoy her content, what the hell's wrong with that? It's no different than what I'm doing, right? I come out here almost every day and try to help people get the best possible grips on their lives. Redwood Shores is a beautiful place. Well, I'm not in Redwood Shores. You're doing a great job, Coach. Keep up the excellent trabajo. All right, bro. Well, thank you. No shortage of beta males on the tubes. Alternative lifestyles. Reverend 20 Peace, I haven't seen you in quite some time. How you doing, man? Criminal history, yeah. Driving with suspended license, big deal. Stole from Walmart, big deal. Some people ran people over with their cars, then cry how they're the victim. Yeah, I heard about that too. I haven't mentioned that yet. How many people have made mistakes in their younger days? And they learn from their mistakes, right? How many of you out there are alcoholics that have driven with a suspended license, right? Because you had no choice, right? It's not legal, but many people do it anyway, right? Right? It's not like this woman is going out there and attacking people and killing people or physically hurting people, right? She made some mistakes, right? She made some mistakes growing up. And now, because of YouTube, when you try to make something out of yourself, when you try to turn it around and be a better person and show with people that you've learned from your mistakes, people like to dig up your past because it creates drama and it creates a back and forth, and it gets the audience of the person being clout chased to go to these other channels and try to defend, this person that's being clout chased, right? And being attacked, right? It's really, really stupid, right? It's really stupid, right? Because here's the thing, people that are clout chasers, people that just try to dig up everything on everyone and make content out of that, that's not original content. All you're doing is bringing to the forefront what any human being can do by a Google search or a background check. So how special are these creators that are coming out here and supposedly exposing All In with Ari, right? What are you exposing that can't be found with a Google search, right? Oh Jesus! Now there's this other guy that's been on the trail before. He's got his radio cranked too, or his phone cranked. Wow, these people really, really crank their music loud. All right, Portola 45. What is your purpose? Are you going to dox where I'm at? Because I've already doxed myself. Let me just tell you, Portola 45. I am at Bar Island, across 101 at the Whipple Avenue exit. What are you trying to? What do you want to know where I'm at? I've invited people, that want to come out here and take a nice walk with me, that are going to be reasonable and civil, right? If you come out here to try to harass me or be violent, I'll call the cops. And there's one way in and one way out. It's a mile in and a mile out. So what are you trying to say? I mean, you know where I'm at. This is where I'm at. I am at Bar Island on the SF Bay Trail, on the other side of Whipple Avenue and Highway 101. What's your point? Redwood Shores? Yeah, this is not technically Redwood Shores. Redwood Shores is over on the other side by the airport. Yeah. So that's you, huh, GLM? Because you're the only other one that lives in the Bay Area that would know this area. And you've been watching me on Scotty's channel. I guess you want to make amends, right? We can make amends, GLM, if you're cool. That's not a problem. It's all good. It's not a big deal. You want to take a walk with me, GLM? GLM channel? GLM Unleashed? How original is that? Uh-huh. Yes, that's where Oracle is at. You have a good eye on the camera. That's where Oracle is at. That's the corporate headquarters of Oracle. It's in Redwood Shores. Yes, that is the San Carlos Airport in San Carlos, but the other side of Holly Street exit, the next exit up on 101, is Redwood Shores Parkway. That's where Marine World used to be before they moved to V-Town, Vallejo, V-Town. 80 West, back to the hotel. Remember that song, In Too Deep? Oh, man. I just said Redwood Shores is beautiful. Why get defensive? I'm wondering, what is your point of specifically mentioning where I'm at? And how would you know exactly where I'm at unless you live around here and you've trolled me before? I'm not getting defensive at all. I'm asking you a simple question. It's all good. I really enjoy the geese and foot-high jackrabbits. Well, I'm glad you do. I'm glad you do, sir, ma'am, whoever you are. I can't tell. Hey, Pablo, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. Let me take this moment once again before I turn and burn. Is there anyone coming? I can probably go up to the observation deck for a minute or two, and then I've got to turn and burn. Because tonight, once again, to remind you folks, I'm going to be live with Scotty on her Scotty Unchained channel at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. She's going to be having a conversation with me. It's going to be interview style. The first hour is going to be just her and I, and then the second hour we're going to bring on some more people. And I will say this, my lady and I have been getting to know Scotty. I mean, I've known about her longer than my lady, but we just started to get to know her better recently. And she's a phenomenal woman. She's dealing with some things right now in her personal life. She's gone public on it, so it's okay to say it, going through divorce and stuff like that. And it's really interesting to just see how she's handling it. And she's handling it as best as anyone could. And I'm really proud of you, Scotty. Yeah, you have your moments, but I have my moments too. We all have our moments, right? We all have our moments. But you're handling it quite well. And, you have a great voice for podcasting. You have a great presence for video podcasting. That's what YouTube is when you do live streams. It's kind of like a video podcast almost, right? And a lot of life experience that you've been through. And you have stories to share that can help people. And that's what I respect about you. And I look forward to a prosperous friendship and collaboration between myself and my lady and you, and even other channels like JT Thundercock. I love that channel name. That's a great name. And others that eventually get involved. So again, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the Scotty Unchained channel, I'm going to be going live one-on-one with her for the first hour, and then we're going to bring some people on. I'll be on for a couple hours. No more than 2 hours. I've been limiting myself to about 2 to 2.5 hours when I come on streams. There were times in the past, years ago, where I would stay on streams for 3, 4, 5, 6 hours. Now, I limit myself to about 2 to 2.5 hours max now. Like, I've got a lot going on, and I got to create my own content too. And 2.5 hours is still a decent amount of time. And that's some advice to other people out there that, go on YouTube live stream panels and stay on for 4, 5, 6 hours. Don't you have anything better to do than to sit on a panel? What are you going to do sitting on a panel for 6 hours that you can't accomplish in 1 or 2 hours, right? Let's see. Millions of people live in the peninsula and Silicon Valley. Relax. GLM, listen, I know that's you. Do you want me to unban your main channel, GLM Unleashed? I will say, GLM, you stole that Unleashed from another creator. So that's not the most original thing, GLM. I'll be honest with you. I'm not mad. It's all good. Do you? But you want me to unban your GLM Unleashed channel? Would that make you happy, ma'am? It's all good. And ma'am, your trolling is very light trolling. You aren't even really a troll, right? You state the obvious, right? And for the average person, it works on them, right? But with me, I just get a good laugh at it because I know your game. It's all good. It's all good in the hood. Yeah, GLM, we should, I should get my lady and you bring whatever man you're with and you come on out here to Bar Island and we could take a nice walk. It's very, very relaxing and great for your health. Kicking those endorphins and stay in shape, right? It's all good. It's all good. Let's see here. I had to do some research, says Pablo. Oh, Jackson says, I hope everyone's having a great day. Lewis, that looks so peaceful. It is. Thank you. Jackson says, love the chat today. Pablo says, I had to do some research and I found out the court records were unverified and the body shaming pic can be reverse image search probably of All In with Ari. Yeah, here's the thing, dude. It is ridiculous the amount of slander and harassment that this woman is dealing with. And here's the thing. Her channel, when I looked into it, the actual account was started, I believe, back in March or May of this year, in 2022. But she didn't start creating content until about a month ago. And she just all of a sudden blew up. Again, for two reasons, with no disrespect. She blew up because she's doing the nomadic van life thing, and she's a cute woman in her 20s. That the majority of beta males will subscribe to her because they're thirsty. They're thirsty. It's funny. My lady watches this show. I think it's on Hulu or Netflix or something. It's called Stitches. We started watching this, right? And these are all a bunch of I think NSA agents or something like that. And there's this, there's this one woman, I guess she's in her mid-20s or late 20s. She's pretty hot. She's good looking, right? And she's dating some guy from the office. But whenever she goes to like a local bar or something, she went to a local bar and there's this one guy that's been trying to get with her. He's like the Chad of the town. He tried to ask her, out or something, right? And she came back, and this is the best line I've ever heard from any woman. Can you get this guy a glass of water to quench that thirst? Oh man, I would never ever behave so desperate and thirsty to try to lock down and try to get a date with a woman to the point of where she'd have to come back and say, can you get this guy a glass of water to quench that thirst? Man, I was watching that with my woman and I was looking at my woman and we're like, damn. I was thinking you go girl, man, shit, if you're that thirsty of a man, if you're that desperate and weak and pathetic of a man, and a woman comes at you and saying that, you deserve it, man. Quench that thirst. She's in her 30s, Eli. So are you saying that Ari's in her 30s? What, her early 30s? Mid 30s? She's probably no older than 35. There's no way. She looks really young. She's in good shape. She's cute, and she looks like she's in her 20s. She looks good. So how old is she exactly? I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. She's a cute woman, and she's trying to make something out of herself on YouTube. What is wrong with that? She's 32. That's very young, man. Early 30s. 32 is still close to 20s. Yeah, so she's still young. She's still really, really young. So she's probably been through a lot, and she wanted to escape the stuff she's been through at home, and she wanted to make a change and move to California, right? And make something out of herself, right? She was working as a project engineer, I believe, which is what I read. And now, because she's making more money than she was making as a project manager on YouTube, she quit her job. What's wrong with that? I mean, isn't that something that everyone would do in that same situation? Like, why are you guys blaming this woman for doing the same shit that you would do if you were in her shoes? Like, I like, this is how ridiculous this is. You know what I mean? I think she just wants to find herself. I agree, babe. And what's wrong with finding herself while creating videos, journaling about her life? This all boils down to, it's like vlogging. It's like a woman vlogging, right? And people have criticized her too, babe, for saying that she's homeless. Okay, here's the thing. What does the word homeless mean? Okay, if you're living, in a van or in a car, even if you have money, you're homeless, right? So unless you're living in an apartment, a condo, a house, or something other than your car, or living under a bridge or something, right, then you're technically homeless. Just because you're homeless doesn't mean you don't have any money or don't have a job, right, or can't support yourself. You see, these people are trying to amp her up and say, oh, she's claiming to be homeless when she comes from a rich family. And, she had a job as a project engineer making good money. And then when she started making more money on YouTube because she was scamming people saying that she's homeless, now she quit her job and now she's living off her YouTube money. I mean, how many different ways are other creators going to spin this out of context for clout chasing views, right? It all boils down to clout chasing views and trying to extract donations, super chats, PayPals, and everything else from this woman's audience that she built doing her own thing. This is her life. This is her story. This is how she wants to represent herself on YouTube, right? And as long as she's not breaking any laws, which she isn't, what does it matter to you folks, right? What does it matter? Sometimes you have to walk away from the ones you love to not hurt them indefinitely, right? Can you share Ronnie's LinkedIn profile working at Alphabet? Alphabet Inc., which owns Google, and Google owns YouTube. So here's the thing. Even if she's worked for Alphabet Inc., which owns Google, and Google owns YouTube, and even if she's a plant, and even if she is somewhat of a plant and, got in touch with a YouTube project manager or production manager or something, right? And this is all, paid for. What is illegal about that? What is wrong about that? Why does it matter, right? What if YouTube saw her and saw the position she was in, and they're like, okay, this woman has been through all this and she wants to share her story and she wants to share what she's going through and what she's been through. This is something that'd be good for our platform. What if we sponsor her? What is wrong with that? If she has a sponsor, that's no different than what many other creators have out here. Like, I really don't understand how these creators can call her a scammer and a spammer, right? When they themselves are doing the same thing that they're accusing her of. I mean, serious, right? Not everyone is meant to be a parent. Oh, well. When you have a hard life, doesn't matter what age for self-realization, right? Some people realize it when they get older. If she is over 35, says Pablo, she is beautiful and ages well. No, she looks good. I mean, honestly, to me, she looks like she's in her early to mid-20s. She is cute. She's in great shape. She's a little too thin, you know, for someone I would typically go for. My lady's like as thin as her. But she's still beautiful, and I'm still attracted to my lady, don't get me wrong. But nevertheless, no, she looks really good. If she's 35, she looks really, really good and does age well. Amen. Exactly. Just like my lady. My lady's 47 and she's aged well. I'm sure my lady looked a lot like her at Ari's age. That's why she looks good at 47. Isn't that right, baby? You know what the funny thing is now? The funny thing is now, other people are going to say, I'm trying to clout chase all in with Ari. Nope, this is the only video I'm going to do on it. I'm not going to do 10, 15, 20 videos in a row like other people have. This is the only video I'm going to do. And I'm just coming out here one time and saying, hey, look, this is ridiculous. Clout chasing is not going to get you anywhere. Let's talk about what's going to happen to the channels that are growing rapidly because of the false information they're putting out regarding this woman. Okay? And even if some of what they're putting out is true, it's from the past, why does it even really matter? How does that make her a scammer, right? But what's going to happen to these channels that are growing tremendously based off what they're saying about this woman, right? Like I said earlier, as long as they keep making content on Ari all day, every day, they'll probably get some of her audience. They may get a few donations every now and then, but most of the people are going to be coming there to try and defend her, especially the thirsty beta males that are supporting her, right? And at what point are these creators going to stop making content on her when the same thing over and over again gets old, right? And no one supports it anymore. And what's going to happen with the audience they built off of talking smack about Ari is not getting Ari content, and that creator goes back, or those creators go back to creating other content, right? Those people that you're gaining off the Ari situation are not going to support you. They're not going to be around anymore. They may still stay subscribed, but unless you do content on Ari, they're not going to be around. Sure, you might get 1 or 2 or 3 to the people that are doing this, but the rest of the 1,000 or 2,000 people that these people are gaining off of her, subscriber-wise, right? They're not going to be interested. It's really a waste of time. It's really stupid. It's really, really stupid. It's not sustainable. Not only is it not sustainable long term, it's not sustainable for maybe longer than a few weeks or a month at the most. Seriously. Two hours, guys. Coach is going to be interviewed, and we will have fun, good conversations, jokes, and such. Absolutely. Thank you for sharing the link. I've shared it on my community tab here on Coach Eli 2 and on my my main channel. You're the creepy one, dude? Well, get the hell out of here then. That's you, Paul. That's you, Paul. Rebroadcasting from the other side, probably. I don't care, Paul. You took the day off yesterday, didn't you, Paul? Right? It's all good. It's not a big deal. How am I creepy? I really would like to know, Paul and anyone else that thinks I'm creepy, what makes me creepy? I'm a 48-year-old man. I take good care of myself. I dress decent. I'm well groomed. I'm well mannered, right? How am I creepy? Can you please be more specific and give me examples of what makes me creepy? Because you can't. There is nothing there, right? And I only say it because, like JT is saying, his new famous phrase, you're being intellectually dishonest, right? You're being intellectually dishonest. You're not making any sense. You're just trying to get a reaction from anyone and everyone possible to react and give you clout on your channel because you've got nothing to give deep within to the YouTube world. So you got to take from other people, right? That's really, really fucking pathetic. It is, right? Right? When you take from other people to create your success in that way, it's not sustainable long term. And you have to keep on building and rebuilding, building and rebuilding. You can't build anything sustainable because your content keeps changing. You got to create content that defines you, that comes from you, and that way you can build an audience that's going to be around for whatever type of content you put out because they're buying into you. They're not coming to you just because you're talking shit about someone else they follow, that you're clout chasing, right? This is stupid, man. It's dumb. Pastor Mill, sending my blessings, Eli. God bless, brother. Hey, Pastor Mill, how you doing? Hey, I'm going to be on Scotty Unchained channel tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. If you want to pass on by, JT shared the link directly to the show in the chat. You scroll up, or just go to the community tab here on this channel, Coach Eli 2, or my main one, Coach Eli, Elias Melas. I shared the link there as well. Once I'm done with this stream, I'm going to go home and eat, and then meet Scotty on the panel. KK, I'll try my best, brother. Yeah, no worries, bro. If you can't make it, not a big deal. You're not creepy. Like, these people are just a bunch of losers. They are. Yeah. You know, it's funny to me that yesterday I had a lot more people here because other people that usually rebroadcast me were focusing on this all in with Ari thing, right? But now that I'm talking about it, now they see value in rebroadcasting me. It's pretty freaking pathetic, right? It's all good. You know, give this video here more clout because I want people to see. I want this live stream replay to blow up, which it probably won't, but maybe it will, who knows? So people can really truly see what is going on. This is the truth of what's going on regarding this new creator. She just wants to create her content. She's trying to find herself, right? Whether it's a production supported by YouTube or not, who cares? It's no different than what happens on the mainstream media, like I said earlier, through the Big Brother show or other shows, right? This all boils down to there are certain people out there, certain creators out there. I won't even call them creators because they're not original, right? There are certain creators out there that cannot reach tremendous success on YouTube without trying to exploit someone else's success. That's what they do. And here's the thing, to a certain extent, there's nothing wrong with doing a reaction video to any creator once or twice, right? But if you constantly talk about them, then it's not right. It's absolutely not right. It becomes excessive. It becomes abusive, right? And it's against terms of service. Whether YouTube does something about it or not, they usually don't, but sometimes they do. It's against the terms of service. And regardless, it is something that you as a creator are proud of, that you're basically leeching off of the success of another creator. And here's the funny thing. The majority of creators that are coming at All In with Ali, here's the funny part. I look at these stats. The majority of creators that are coming at All In with Ali are miserable, unhappy, weak beta males themselves. They're men. They're men like in their 30s and 40s that are jealous of this woman's success of reaching 86,000 subscribers in a month. Yeah, part of it maybe because she's beautiful. Another part because she's doing something cool like nomadic van life living, right? Maybe another part is YouTube is producing it. So what? What's wrong with that? How many of you out here produce, fake shows, to make money, right? So again, how can you blame this woman for doing the same shit that you guys are doing, right? If that's what she's even doing. But to come out here and call her a scammer when you all know she's not one is asinine, right? It's asinine. And again, you only call her a scammer because if you don't, even if you tag her in and don't call her a scammer, then you're not going to get any attention on your channel. So you have to really amp it up and push shit and really, really stretch the truth or completely be dishonest to get all eyes on you. It's, like NC's Queen was saying earlier, this type of content shouldn't be allowed. But YouTube allows it because they probably see it as a YouTube back and forth, a friendly back and forth. There's nothing friendly about it, right? It's all slanderous. It's here's the thing, on YouTube, there's no such thing as slander. There should be, but you see, you can come out here on YouTube, right, and slander the shit out of people, and nothing's ever done about it, usually, right? So for those of you out there that, are calling YouTube the leftist capital of the world, the leftist agenda, right? If YouTube was really, completely all far left, don't you think they would have removed all this type of content? Don't you think that they would be seeing every slanderous thing and removing it? And yeah, I understand the reason why they don't remove a lot of slanderous stuff. It's because those channels are making them money through ads and super chats. I get it. But the point I'm trying to make here is that it's like on YouTube, you've got to learn to understand that if you come out here, you're going to be slandered, and it's just the normal part of being a YouTuber. Because more than likely, nothing's ever going to be done about it, right? It just comes as a part of the territory and comes with the part of being on YouTube that says you must have thick skin. You must have super thick skin to be a YouTuber. Because yeah, in the real world, a lot of this shit wouldn't fly. On YouTube, it flies because I guess it's online, right? And online, you could be whoever you want to be, right? And that's fine. If you want to be whoever you want to be online, that's on you. But don't go criticizing other people for being who they want to be, especially if you're worse than they are, right? My problem is people, calling people out on things that they themselves are doing worse, right? It's all good. Folks, get your questions comments and concerns in the chat. We're going to be going off the air in about, say, about 12 minutes or so. Getting closer to the end. Let me see. They are obsessed with our every word. Yeah, that's true. That's true, JT. That's true, and it's all good, bro, because, you know, here's the thing, JT. There's an audience out here on YouTube for everyone. It's just about finding your audience. Finding a few people to start off with, like you and Scotty and my lady, and a few other people that are on the same page about trying to create more positive type of content and more truly helpful type of content, less drama type of content, right? Less hateful and attacking type of content, right? And when we start focusing on that, the people that truly like that content will support us. The other people will go away, right? Eventually, you know, it'll all level itself out, right? But, you know, I'll say this. Again, it's funny to me that, you know, I'm coming out here, I'm doing the right thing to stand up for this woman and other people, you know, that are clout chasers, right? Doing the same thing that hundreds of people are doing to All In With Ari, right? Yet, my video here will barely be seen. And if it was seen by as many people that are seeing all the hateful stuff on her, I can guarantee you more people would turn their lives around and change their attitudes, right? You know, part of what I do out here on YouTube and what I'm going to continue focusing on is trying to get people to remove as much drama from their life, including supporting creators that do nothing but attack other creators for entertainment and to make money. I just think that's the dumbest thing. I think it's like the most abnormal thing, right? But that's the way the YouTube platform unfortunately was built. Well, maybe it wasn't even built that way. It's just the way it's become because of the nature of the shared community. It's a shared community. And because YouTube is a shared community, and because there are so many channels, right? You know, it is very easy for people to attack people on this platform, get away with it for a while, and make a living off of it. While other, you know, better channels or good, authentic channels like YouTube used to have more of back in the days are being sandwiched by this bullshit drama. It's just really, it's a... All right, we're back live. We're back live. So I got cut off. Like I was saying before I got cut off, this is a trend that's been happening on YouTube for the last 4 or 5 years. YouTube used to be a place for positive content, right? And then 4 or 5 years ago, when live streaming became very, very popular, it turned into a big shitstorm where all the shit, cringy drama, hateful and attacking type of content and abusive content is severely outranking attacking type of content, and abusive content is severely outranking good content. And like I said, that's one thing I'm trying to turn around, good content. And like I said, that's one thing I'm trying to turn around and make YouTube, you know, a better place again. Make YouTube a more, you know, authentic, you know, platform of creating. But the other problem is this, you know, I'm sure Google and YouTube have seen how profitable the drama market is. and it's probably, quite frankly, it's probably made half their profit. So what are they going to do? Like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place. I think what YouTube and Google should do is tune the algorithm to suppress drama content and rise up more positive, uplifting content. Because here's the thing, the people that want to follow drama content will just go to the channel directly. They don't need to be recommended something, right? They'll just subscribe to the creator and go there. I think YouTube needs to do a better job of suppressing shitty negative content and more so, rising up the positive content that it once had on the platform. You are a positive guy, Eli. That's why I watch. Well, thank you, Pastor Mill. Yeah, and I've been looking at your stuff a lot lately too. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Pastor Mill, what are you trying to more so accomplish out here on YouTube? Do you do it more as a hobby during your spare time? I'm just kind of wondering. Do you do it more as a hobby? Because I've seen some of the videos that you've created on drama stuff, which is fine. It's your choice to do that. When I know you're a pastor, but what are you trying to create out here? I'm just kind of wondering, what is your purpose out here? Because you seem to be a pretty good guy, and I appreciate your super chats you sent a few weeks back in the studio. I believe they're the two $10 Canadian super chats. Thank you for that, brother. That's much appreciated. They just make up stuff for sure, Coach. They take a word we say and make it mean what they want it to mean. That's true. That's true. And the reason why they get a bigger audience than we do is because it is much easier to suck in mentally unstable people than it is to suck in stable people, right? Like attracts like. Mentally unhealthy people that create content are going to attract other mentally unhealthy people that have nothing better to do than support your crappy content all day, every day that you take out of context, right? That's the truth of the matter, right? So it's much easier to create an audience for that, right? And it's easier to keep these people around, like I said, because these people have nothing better to do with their lives, right? It entertains them. It entertains an audience of people that are so miserable deep within and hate themselves that they got to watch this crappy content to feel better about themselves. It's pretty fucking pathetic. Really fucking pathetic, right? Not the way I want to live my life. Not the way I choose to live my life, Pastor Mill, I analyze other creators' content and reveal the positive and negative aspects, trying to bring a positive change by exposing the content. Are you trying to get monetized, Pastor Mill? I don't think you're monetized yet. Are you trying to get monetized? If so, if you're open to doing some shows together, bro, I'd love to collaborate with you, just like I'm doing with Scotty Unchained and JT Thundercock. That name just... oh, man. That's just great. God, look how beautiful the water is. Actually, well, let me know, man. It'd be great to create some content with you. Wow, that was a near miss up there. A helicopter and a plane, a private plane going into the San Carlos airport. It's nice and cool right here on this spot. Beautiful, huh? Yes, sounds great. I'd be interested for sure. Well, you know what, Pastor Mill? Have you ever done any live streams? Because, dude, I'd be willing to go live with you and get you kick-started, get you jump-started. All it takes, Pastor Mel, is doing it one time. And if I can help in that way, come and spend an hour or two with you and do a live stream and help you build a good audience, man, I would love to do that, man. I really would love to do that. I think you're a really good guy. But until, pardon my French, Pastor, but I've got a little bit of a potty mouth, forgive me. But until we just say fuck it and do it one time, we're going to keep putting it off, right? You just got to say fuck it, let's do it. And go for it. Especially nowadays in this crazy modern world we live in, where we're consumed and overly consumed with tons of information, having these smartphones and other mobile devices like, iPads and computers and just information left and right, up and down, right? We almost have to just decide we're either in or we're out, or it never happens, because there are just too many options nowadays. That's another problem in this world. Too many options. Kind of like what the thirsty beta males have done, to give women an enormous amount of options when it comes to dating men. If it wasn't for the thirsty beta males, the dating market would be a more level playing field. The reason why it's skewed in the woman's favor is because the thirsty beta males are so desperate for a woman that they hit on every single woman. And women are attracted to men that are weak and needy and desperate and insecure. And that's the type of behavior that the beta males display. All right, folks, I got to get going. Tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific on the Scotty Unchained channel. Join myself live on Scotty's channel. She's going to be interviewing me for like the first hour, and then second hour we're going to bring some more people on. It's going to be a respectful show. No trolling, no hate, no attacking, nothing like that. I welcome anyone to come to the panel. When we open it up, I'm willing to talk with anyone. It doesn't matter, as long as Scotty's cool with it. I'm willing to talk with anyone. It doesn't matter. You want to come and have a word with me, whether you love me or are on the fence, or whether you can't stand me, come join us on the panel. I'd love to chat with you. Let's have a nice conversation and, try to, make amends, make things better. All right, leaving 11 in the box, 10 in the box now, 14 thumbs up. Please smash the thumbs up. JT just shared the link. I'll try to catch the live, brother. Well, thank you, Pastor Mill. I'm going to shut this down, reset the chat one more time, and then go off the air. Be right back. Pastor Mill says you're welcome. All right, folks. See you all in just a little bit on Scotty's channel. Go to my community tab here on Coach Eli 2 if you missed the link. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.